Hi guys, welcome to Career and Corporate Hub. This is my very first book review. I am currently on book 8, which is called Winning. So the plan is to read 20 books this year, so that is my target. And today I'm going to review the 7th book I read this year, which is called Lean In. And Lean In was written by Sheryl Sandberg, who is a COO for Facebook. This book is about women, work, and the will to lead. What I really love about this book is she talks a lot about how women can become the best version of themselves without discrediting men. And really that's what I like. We often look at what men are not doing for ourselves at work, for an example, in order for us to be involved, but we don't look at ways on how we can get involved. So she speaks about how we must sit around the table. So sitting around the table, I will always going to wait for men to invite us to sit in the table. So how do we do that? So we have to get involved. We have to initiate ourselves to be in the table. And she also speaks about when she was at Google, pregnant, heavily pregnant, and she had to look for a parking, like when she got to work, basically there was no parking, and she had to look for a parking, which she found a parking spot that was very far from her office. And the walk from the parking to where her office was, like, it was a lot because it was far. As a pregnant woman close to giving birth, it's so hard, like you walk like a penguin. So now to change that, she created parkings for women. And then I look at that as us women would say, but why are they not implementing parkings for for women that are pregnant? But we're not initiating those things, and we're expecting men to initiate that for us. But men don't know how we're feeling. So us who are in that position are the ones who have to initiate that. And then also the quantity, like for bathrooms. In most corporate environments or in most buildings at work, there are very few ladies' toilets. It's always 1 or 2, but then the number is increasing now. So how do we change that? Us ladies have to initiate for more bathrooms because we are the ones that are getting affected. I remember when I went back to work, I was breastfeeding, and to pump in the office, like the pump would make a lot of noise, that noise of a pump. So people around me would ask, what is that? And sometimes I would like literally join my meetings while I'm pumping. And for me, I didn't have a problem with that. But what we did at work as women, as part of our women empowerment project, we created rooms for breastfeeding. So we call them quiet rooms, for breastfeeding moms. So you can go there and express. You can have some quiet time alone. So men couldn't have thought of initiating that for us, so we did that. So she also speaks about how about when she was breastfeeding as well, and I could relate that more because I was once in the same position. And also women that are like that can that have good executive leadership skills. They are often told that they are bossy. And like, why are we saying that women are bossy when they can make a good when they have good executive leadership skills? Like, men are never told that they are bossy, So we need to change that mindset. And often ladies are the ones that are telling other ladies that, oh, this one is so bossy, oh, this one is like this. So we need to change that narrative. My husband, being one of my mentors, he every time I tell him about women empowerment forum at work, and he keeps asking, like, you guys focus more on what you are going to do as women, but you don't also look at how you can advise men to treat you better as women, or how you want to be treated as women. So that was actually so profound, because we focus more on what are we going to do to change how things are around us as women. What are women, but we never look at how we should treat men to teach to involve us, how to teach men to include us when they are in the table. So this book really was an eye-opening for me, and it sort of like changed the way I view things. I always have a purpose on why I want to do things, so I want change to happen around me, either at home or in the work space. And lastly, she spoke about how we preach so much about equality at work, but we don't preach about equality at home. So what I have learned in my household is when, like, my husband prefers a freshly cooked meal every day, and if I've got a project at work, I tell him in advance that I won't be able to cook today because I'm gonna spend I'll come back home late, so we have those discussions, and they help, to sort of like have an alignment at home as well. So it's very important that we have those discussions at home as well, not just at work. So I would advise women to read this book. Not only women, I actually told my husband that please read this book. But now he's saying that, oh baby, every book that you're reading now, you're just recommending that I should read it. So it is a good book. I would advise that you go read it, lean in. So we must lean in. How do we lean in? This is your guide. Go for it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the comments. I see the comments. I see the channel is growing. So thank you so much for the support. Bye bye.